racquetball is a sport that is played on a curved table. You can use any part of the body but your hands.
It's kind of like a ping pong table, but it's a little bit curved to allow for like more rallies with a bigger ball. It's basically ping pong and soccer mixed together.
While this may not be the most convenient to access, Leslie Woods Nature Area remains a gem in the Ann Arbor Park system that deserves recognition and consideration for your next hike.
Speaking about being distracted, I'm Officer John Gilby from the Ann Arbor Police Department. And if you have a minute, I'd like to talk to you about the dangers of distracted driving. Did you know that last year alone there were more than 15,000 crashes caused by distracted driving?
Get a behind-the-scenes look at what happens after water goes down the drain and meet the dedicated staff who make it all happen. Join us at the Ann Arbor Water Resource Recovery Facility Open House this fall.
We all know, living in Michigan, that construction season, it's pretty much endless. So we want to give you some tips to stay safe while you're out on the roadway this season. The first one is to slow down. There's a reason that speed limits are reduced in construction zones. It's to protect the workers.
I had an idea and I wanted to paint this window and I'm like, I'm just going to do it. And if it turns out crappy, who cares? The window was free. I got it for free.
Sure.
So anyways, I start doing this thing and I barely did anything. And Kiki's like, can I help you? And so she like starts, and the coolest part is I've never painted on glass before.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a weird process that I'm trying to figure out while we're doing this.
So that was a pretty cool little video. And I think it kind of gives us a broad overview about adaptive sports, but do you want to maybe expound upon that explanation a little bit, Brian?
Yeah, so what we really like to say is that adaptive sports really are for everyone. That anybody gets a chance to do it. They're for people with and without disabilities.
I volunteered at the Natural History Museum when I was an undergrad here in Ann Arbor, and I got to see a lot of their research collections, which were huge and massive, and it was all behind the scenes and stuff that people would never see.
Hello, and thank you for joining. I'm Grace, Communications Coordinator at Ann Arbor's Office of Sustainability and Innovations, and welcome to Greenlight, where we dig into sustainability in Ann Arbor with the residents who are envisioning, creating, and establishing a sustainable and equitable future for our community.
Suddenly you saw these people shouldering these cameras and walking around the street and doing all sorts of things. Whereas Natalia's generation, if I might say this, grew up with much more accessibility to screens of all shapes and sizes. So I think audiences coming are going to see dance, editing, interesting camera work, all melded together on a big screen, not a little phone screen or a laptop screen, on a big screen.
So the lunches is a $3 suggested donation per meal, so very affordable.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, this is, actually, all the programs you mentioned, they're just amazing. It really rounds up pretty much anything which, could be helpful for seniors. And I think I honestly want to say, I would like to come by just to explore and see what the programs are all about.
My name is Jill Donor, and I lead the Michigan FarmLink program. I'm also a farmer, so I know firsthand how challenging and rewarding farming can be. I'm excited to share with you today one of Michigan's most valuable resources for our agricultural community, Michigan FarmLink.
We actually voted on City Council to dissolve the two of them and combine them into one commission moving forward, and that will be the newly renamed Sustainability Commission.
Hello everyone, I'm Roy. And I'm Sincere. And we are here to talk to you about our school, Ypsilanti Community Middle School. YCMS is a place to grow, read, and sign. Here at YCMS, we're more than just a school. We're a community that supports and celebrates every student.
We're now talking with Isabella. She's from the Museum of Natural History. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we've got a tent behind us. Tell us what you're doing this weekend with all the kids and the tent, and What do you have planned?
Yeah, so we're docents representing the U of M Museum of Natural History, which is right up the road. So right now we're working on some crafts involving dinosaurs because we feature a lot of dinosaurs within our museum.
We are working on projects that are reducing carbon emissions by keeping the gas in the pipes, so repairing leaks. And by the time we finish that project, and some of that infrastructure is right here in the city of Ann Arbor, we will have reduced carbon emissions by over 500,000 metric tons. And that's equivalent to taking roughly 100,000 gasoline-fueled vehicles off the road.
It's all about the heart when it comes to this football field. Size does not matter. You got that heart to go out here and give it your all, that's what you're going to do. And so far, Isaac Scatsom is definitely showing that heart.
Fresh set of downs for the Eagles. He's looking out
wide
into that
open.
corner. He's got his man, and that is another touchdown score for the Eagles. Neal for his second trip into the end zone.
The goalkeeper, and she goes to the right side of the goalkeeper. Watch this. Excuse me, I'm going over on this side. That was awesome move there, and great control of the ball because she really sold it that she was going on to that strong.
To hold on to the rock. Check him out as he comes out. He grabs it, but he doesn't hold on to it. And then it is Casham taking full advantage and providing the equalizer that they needed. Huron finally on the board, and the number 2 team in the state has tied this one up at 1 apiece with just under 30 minutes to play.
We need raised intersections. We need bollards, real bollards, not flex posts. We need physical barriers to protect people from cars the same way we use physical barriers to protect people from dangerous animals.
I think I'm also just moved by the fact that it's not very often that we have someone come in that has followed the letter of the zoning law and is telling us that it's not working and is then asking for a variance. So I find, they're telling us the sign isn't sort of functioning in the way that they need it to function. That, to me, is compelling.
But that's not the only thing that happens with new higher density development. So if you go to Beekman on Broadway, which is in Lower Town, you will find an absolute explosion of delicious and convenient retail.
Everything comes with time, I believe. You can't take shortcuts. You can't, be 16 and all of a sudden you're 30, or 30 and all of a sudden you're 50, etc. Life brings lessons, and as we learn those lessons, we're able to grow.
So the Navy, we're definitely on the forefront when it comes to renewable energy, specifically with our nuclear-powered aircrafts and submarines. We look for the best and brightest to run our nuclear generators on both of those platforms.
Ann Arbor just has a tremendous legacy in the state of Michigan.
Welcome to our journey of discovery through decades of advocacy, innovation, and triumph.
For too long, people with disabilities were, I think, shut away, were not able to really be members of the community, even experience that on a small level.